What's going on, dudes? Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at another Neca figure. Surprising, right? But today I have with us the Bride of Frankenstein from the movie The Bride of Frankenstein. I've been waiting for this figure for a long time. I'm super excited about it. For such a character that has like very little screen time, she's a very, very famous Universal monster. And it's not hard to see why, even with that little bit of not even that much screen time, she was able to put in a performance that, you know, stands out to this day. She did a great job at doing the bride, and the bride looks famously, it's such an iconic look for this character, and it's so cool to actually see it in Neca form. And yeah, it's going to be really cool to get into her, and I really don't have anything else to say. This definitely is not the last of our Neca journey, because pretty much this whole month is about the horror Neca line, because Neca does a huge... They do an amazing job at doing their horror figures, and you know, there's no sign of them stopping. And as you can see right behind me, I got 3 boxes right here that are just made from Neca that we probably will be seeing this month. This one I just got recently, and this one I just got recently, and but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can fit that into our October timeline, because this was not in the scheduling, but I'm gonna try to squeeze it in because I want it to be a part of the October month. But anyways, with that being said, today we're taking a look at the bride. Let's get right into her. No bullshit. Let's go. So kicking things off with the actual box art first. I love her box art. It's so cool. You can see that there's a beautiful image of the Bride of Frankenstein here, and with the Bride of Frankenstein version of Frankenstein on the other side. Some lightning. It just looks so cool. I love the kind of classic look of it. You can see that it's got nice little cast members here. Ultimate Bride of Frankenstein. It looks really, really cool. You can see that there's some quotes, there's some wording, there's just so much stuff around here. It's so cool to see, more fearful than the monster himself. Doubt it, but she did an awesome job. I absolutely love this box art. It's so cool. I love how kind of colorful it is. I do love her hair streaks and how kind of glowy they look. I think that's really cool. I really do hope that the monster, this version of the monster, gets released soon, because I love the original, but the Bride is just such an iconic look for me, because I always watched The Bride of Frankenstein. That was always my favorite one, and I really, really want to see the figure soon. Hopefully it releases soon. I really, really do hope so. But yeah, that's pretty much that. You can see on the side, it's got the picture of the bride. Same with the other side, but a alternate version of her. You can also see the top has bride. You can see that there's just some legal stuff, nothing too interesting at the bottom. And there's some stuff of the bride right there in the background. It looks really, really cool. If we do open the box up, you can see that there is some, yeah, that's where the tray is. You can see that that's a nice picture of the bride. It was on a double tray. It's like there's a, you know, shell that kind of closes it all up, so none of the accessories fall out. You can see that there is one of those little salt packs. You know, I think that's just for her cape. And yeah, that's pretty much it on her box. It's a beautiful box. I really do like it. It's super colorful and different than everybody else's. It's not the best one, because I do like some of the other guys', especially when we get to the creature from the Black Lagoons, which will be soon this month. And you know, I'm super excited, you know, to get into this line. I have been trying my best to make sure that I get all the figures, and so far I'm up to date. I don't have the Phantom, but we'll see if we actually do find him. He's not one that I'm actually too worried about, but you know, these other ones, part of some of these characters that I just really, really want in the set. So that's that. The box is really cool. Let's bring out the bride herself. Now, for accessories, I know I said we're going to look at the bride, but she does have her own accessories too. She does have a decent amount. She's got these little things that go around her wrist, just kind of wrappings that are just kind of draping off of her, which is really cool. Glad they included those. You get 2 of those for each hand. Don't ask me which hand it goes on, just, you know, go with it. She does come with this eye brace, which is really cool, but we can see it on the alternate head sculpt, which I do like. It's really nicely done. She also does come with 2 different hands. She comes with the more relaxed, you know, kind of, you know, more neutral hand style, and then she has more of the open fingers, more of the more scared, terrified hands, which is really cool, which go well with this face, and it is a beautifully done face. I love the way it looks. I love that you can see the inside of the mouth and just like how glossy it looks. I think that's really, really cool. They did an amazing job on this face, but we'll dive a little deeper into it once we actually get to the actual figure's face. She does come with his head sculpt as well. This is like when she's coming out of the bandages for the first time, and you can clip this onto her face like so, and it does poke out a little bit, but honestly that does look really, really nice, and it stays on. It just kind of just snaps into place. It's not a big snap, but it's just, you know, push it in. It's awesome. I love the way it looks, and you can recreate the scene where they take the bandage off and you can see like her eyes just, you know, staring right at you. It's really, really cool. I love the way that looks. But that is pretty much all of her accessories. She does come with a whole lot, but that's pretty much it. Let's actually get the figure out here. The figure itself looks absolutely awesome. She is so cool. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I love the actual cape. Like, this looks amazing looking. I love the way it just kind of flows down. I think Neca did a beautiful job at doing the actual cape. You do need to kind of fiddle with it a little bit, but once you get it to a really nice, you know, once you just kind of make it really nice looking, I think that just is awesome. It's so cool to see. She is done really well. And of course, the head sculpt is beautifully done. This is the other head sculpt, which is the more neutral look. I love the way that looks. You can see that the lips are painted beautifully. The whole face is awesome, and I love the scarring on the necks and stuff. I think it's really done. I think that's really cool. You can see that their hair is pretty nicely sculpted as well, being brown and the white streak, which a lot of people do get wrong. A lot of people usually do it as black, like the Sideshow version. If we could kind of bring it out here, you can see the Sideshow version did it in black. It's actually supposed to be brown, which is still really, really cool. I love the way that looks. Just the face sculpt is so nicely done. To take the actual heads off and stuff, all you really need to do is take it off, and this whole neck part just tears right off. Now you do gotta move some stuff out of the way, making sure you don't clamp in any of the fabric, which sometimes is harder than it looks. But you just slide that other head sculpt on, and there you go. And she's got a more scared, terrified look, and I think that looks really, really cool. You can see the dress doesn't really get in the way of posability. She does have a very decent amount of it, and the dress does not hinder it whatsoever. It's a very soft, silky type of fabric, and it's done really well. It's like the same fabric that the Frankenstein accessory set has, which I would compare, but I sadly don't have that little fabric piece anymore because I used it for something else, which I'll probably take a look at in a little bit, which you probably already seen on my Instagram. I've already hinted at what I did with it, kind of, not really, but I guess you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. But it's a really, really cool head sculpt. It's so nicely done on how they did the dress and stuff. I think it's just so cool. I do love the more normal expression. It just looks so cool. I love the way that looks. But yeah, you do gotta just move the dress out of the way, then clamp it down, which is pretty nice. For the other head sculpt, and if you do want to get her into that, you know, pull-on look, the best thing to do is to just remove the head sculpt first. Usually I move the arms up a little bit, and you just kind of gotta slide it off as kind of carefully as you can, because I mainly do not want to ruin the sewing in the back, which I'll show you in a second. I also do take the hands off too, just so it's a lot quicker, but you take that off. I just don't want to mess up the sewing and stuff. I know you could probably sew it back yourself, but I'm not doing that at all, so I want to make sure I don't ruin that as much as possible. So we're going to put her arms back on, and usually I would just kind of, not show this on camera, but I just kind of want to show you guys, just to show you how this goes. But you just put on this other head sculpt, and there you go. Now you got her mummified look. I guess you can call it a mummified look. But it looks so cool. I think this is done beautifully. It's so cool. I feel like if a little diss on McFarlane. I feel like if McFarlane did a Bride of Frankenstein figure, we would get 3 alternate versions of this character, and this would be a gold label. That's pretty much how I would see it. But it's so cool looking. I love the way it looks. I love the fabric detailing. I love just all of it. It's so cool. I don't care for the kind of glossy look to it. You can kind of see that there is somewhat of a gloss shine to it, and it really isn't noticeable on camera, but like in person, there's just this kind of weird shine to it, and it does not really look like fabric, but it just looks funny. But it's not bad. It's passable. Honestly, it doesn't bother me that much, but it is very interesting to see they went with that route. I think just like the non-gloss would have been a lot better. Now you can choose to leave these little things off. I usually do leave them off because they're just kind of hard to kind of make it look natural. But these little wrist things here, they go right onto her wrist. You take the hands off and you put it right on, and it's just supposed to look like fabric that's just kind of drooping off and stuff. You can also do it without having to take the wrist off. I just think it's a little easier. But you just unwind it and you just kind of slap it onto her wrist, just like that. And there you go. And again, it is kind of hard to make it look a little natural, but that's pretty much what it looks like. I usually leave these off and just have them just in case for another character, but the option is there, and I really do like that. Since we kind of have everything off, we can kind of take a look at our posability a little better. I think both heads are a little different, so we'll kind of compare the two. But you can see that the head can look down that far, up that far. It has some side to side. But if we take the other head off, I think it has a bit more range to it. But she can look down that far, up that far, and has some side to side, some swivel and stuff. I think her down is very, very far. I think that's very, very nice. I don't know why I took her head off. There's no point to take her head off. The arm can go out that far, does a full rotation, does no swivel there. It's got a swivel at the elbow. It's got a single bend at the elbow, which honestly is fine. You don't really need her in a bunch of crazy poses, so a single bend is passable. She does have some rotation at the arm, and she does have a hinge joint at the arm as well. She's got a swivel at the waist, which can go up and down, side to side. No swivel at the side, which is interesting because a lot of these figures do have that, but she doesn't. But again, she does not need that much posability. She does have a pretty decent spread. It looks a little ugly when you got like the gapes in the side of her legs. You can see that her leg goes out that far and back that far. She does have a single bend at the knee. She does have some up and down at the foot and a pivot as well. It's very simple posability. There's nothing crazy. There's no 2 sections of the torso that has 2 points of articulation. There's no double bend at the elbows. There's just not that much going on. which honestly I think is fine. For her, she does not need to have that much posability. The simple, the better, you know? So we're going to put this on, and we're going to do some comparisons real quick. Now, a very obvious comparison is comparing the Sideshow version with the Neca version. She does look very tall, but that is because she is kind of glued to her stand, which really does suck because, you know, one of the peg itself did break off, and that's just, like, really unfortunate. But if we do kind of have her on the stand with her, you can see that she is still bigger. But, you know, they both are really cool figures. This one I will be reviewing soon, but I have so many figures that I need to review. I was going to try and fit her into the scheduling so I can actually review another Sideshow figure, because I still got a couple more to actually get through. But, you know, I still got to get through a lot of the newer figures, and I'm way more excited for them. So this guy, she might go for maybe next month. I'll take a look at her, and we'll kind of compare them again just to see differences and stuff. But they both look very, very nice. I will say that, you know, definitely go for the Neca version. It's a lot more accurate, and it just looks better overall. I will say, though, I do like the bandaging on her entire body, too. I think that's really cool, but we'll take a look at her when we do that, which will probably be next month. Next, we have her husband, the monster himself. I was about to just call him Frankenstein. That would have been so wrong of me. Usually I just call him Frankenstein. I mean, it's I know it's called the doctor's name, but you know, the doctor's dead. You know, let him take on the name. You know, it's whatever. But we have Frankenstein and his bride right here. Both of them look very nice. Of course, the Frankenstein monster is a lot taller compared to his bride, which is pretty accurate since me and my wife are pretty much the same way. I would say that it'd be a little bit shorter, but you know, I really do like the way these two look together. I really, really hope we get the bride version of you call it the groom version. Call it the groom version of Frankenstein. That'd probably be better than the bride version, because that just sounds funny. But I'm just gonna call it that from now on. We'll get the groom version soon. I really do hope so. I cannot wait to get that version, because he does come with the actual seat and stuff from one of my favorite scenes in that movie. And yeah, I hope we get it real soon, because they both look really cool, but I would love to see the bride and the groom version really soon. And comparing her to a figure that we have not looked at yet, here she is next to the Neca creature from the Black Lagoon. I really do think these two look awesome together. It's so cool to see. Again, I really do hope we get the bride soon, or the Bride of Frankenstein version soon, but both of these look so fun. These would definitely be nice for a nice little Valentine's Day photo shoot. They both look so cute together. I love the way they look. But you can see that they're just there together. Love the way that looks. Whoa, Frankenstein. Bro, you're just giving her flowers. Stop. Okay, just stop. Even though they're kind of falling down a little bit, they both stand up really, really nicely. I love the way these guys look. But other than that, I think that she is an absolute awesome figure all the way around. I love what they did to the actual cape and stuff. I love that, you know, it looks really cool. The only downfall is the wrapping being that kind of gloss look. But even then, I can even pass that. She's just beautifully done. I really love the way she looks. The head sculpts are so cool, and the posability, while not being extremely, you know, wild, it's very simple, and that's all she really needs. She is an awesome figure to get. I do recommend getting her because she's so cool. This guy, I got her at Vintage Stock in where I live, and you know, she was like $30, maybe $40, but I think it's worth it. She's so cool. I wish she had a little bit more accessories. I think that's my only thing that I wish she had, but really, what else is she gonna need? I think she does have everything she can ever ask for a Bride of Frankenstein figure. She looks so cool. It's a really dope figure, but other than that, I think that is going to end this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I am super excited for the next video because it's going to be something that I just find fun. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one for our October 10 video special thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited to get with these other figures, because some of these other figures I'm just really excited for. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one, and again, I do recommend you get this figure if you like the Bride of Frankenstein and you want to complete your set. Definitely get this figure. So that is going to be it. I hope you guys do enjoy.